Hello, today we are going to talk about how to build Qt5 using kdesrc-build. So it took me more than a day to finally get it to build correctly. So it says packages successfully built Qt5. Everything seems to be okay. I even see here QtWebView. Okay, so let's see how I got here. So first of all, how I have set up everything in the usual way. So I have deleted all of my files, so that means something like the kd directory, so the directory of kdesrc-build, this guy. And also I deleted the config file, so .config kdesrc-build rc. So I started from scratch. Then I followed the wiki page, get involved development. So I did this, which creates the ~/kd directory. It git clones kdesrc-build. Then I ran initial setup. No deb packages needed to be installed because this is my hardware machine. I'm on Ubuntu 22.04 and I have run kdesrc-build many times before on this machine. Okay. I didn't need to edit the bashrc file, no need to source bashrc file. Okay, and then I edited the configuration file, so that looks like this. So there's defaults in here. Then I set where Qt should build. The default is this line is commented, so I uncommented the line. And then it says ~/kd/Qt5. This is the way I did it before with this suggested default directory, but then now I said, what if we make install Qt5 in the same directory that we make install the rest of the kd git repos. So I'm trying this possibility and I'll see if things work correctly or not. So I'm building both Qt and all of the other modules that I built with kdesrc, so modules which only depend on Qt and kd modules. Everything is make installed into ~/kd/usr. Okay. The cmake build configuration should be debug, maximum cores and less than maximum for building QtWebEngine. Okay, I still have stop on failure false. Let's put this on true. The default is false. And directory layout default is flat, and I've put it on invent. So now let's look at what's included in here. This file needs to be included because otherwise I can't build Qt. So when I start from scratch and I have only this file included, Qt5 build, it fails to download some script which downloads Qt or something. So what I do is I include these two files. So kf5 Qt5 is kind of everything, and Qt5 is just for Qt5. So I go kdesrc-build, then no parameters once. It will complain that it can't install Qt5, can't build Qt5, and then it will continue downloading, so git cloning the rest of 370 git repos. I Ctrl+C to stop that run of kdesrc-build with no parameters. And then the next time when I run kdesrc-build space uppercase Q, lowercase t, this thing, it builds correctly. So it downloads that thing that knows how to download Qt5, the git repos or something. It git clones correctly all of the Qt5 git repos using the correct branch, which is a special branch that we use for KD, and then it builds all of Qt5. Okay, so it starts the lengthy build. At that point, Qt5 starts building, so the make step, not the make install step, and it succeeds to build. So there's more modules for, just a second. So again, the name of the module for kdesrc-build is uppercase Q, lowercase t, and then 5, which is strange because the rest of the modules are all lowercase. So this should be changed to lowercase q in the future. And then there's many Qt modules. The first one is base. This builds correctly. Then there's other Qt modules which build correctly. But then this thing will just not build. Okay. And the error is this thing. So Qt Quick 3D cannot be compiled against ASS-IMP, so asset importer. We can try, and I did try both the SSIMP, which is bundled into Qt source code, and the SSIMP from my Ubuntu packages. So the Ubuntu packages look like this. Where are you? For Jammy, this guy. So it's called libasssimp-dev, and the source package is assimp. And from this star gz, these 6 deb files are built. So whether you install a libassimp, so apt install libassimp-dev, so to have assimp from Ubuntu packages, or you could use the assimp which is built into Qt. Neither way it will work because the error will be that AI matkey gltf something does not exist. In order to go switch, if you want the, so this is the way to use the system, so the ASSIMP from Ubuntu packages is if you have this patch applied. So this patch is applied by default on the Qt5 that's maintained by KD. So it uses system SSIMP, so SSIMP in my case from deb packages. because it has this line which says qmake use private plus equals quick3d minus ASS-imp. Okay, so I have tried to both with ASS-imp to use the built-in one into Qt, or with quick3d minus ASS-imp to use the one from deb packages. Neither way it won't work, and the error is the same. Okay, and what the FreeBSD guys do is they switched to using the ASS-imp which is bundled into Qt. So again, this thing does not work for me. And the error is this too. AI, matkey, GLTF, PBR, specular glossiness, and there's another one with a bit bigger identifier than this one. Okay, so in the end, the only solution for me was to open Visual Studio Code. So when I did kdesrc-build with no parameters, it git cloned a ton of Git repositories, including the entire Qt5 Git repository. So I'm inside of the source directory of Qt5, and now I'm starting Visual Studio Code because this allows me to grep, and I'm searching for the error. So AI, matkey, GLTF, PBR, specular glossiness, and it finds it in 3 files. So once in the Qt3D Qt module, this module builds correctly. So still Qt3D module, this builds correctly. And then the other module is Qt Quick 3D, and that does not build correctly. So probably the issue is that Qt Quick 3D does not include this header gltf2 asset.h from Qt3D or something. So how I fixed it, I saw that these are the correct values for the defines. Ctrl Shift, Ctrl N, Ctrl V. Okay. And in Qt Quick 3D, where it did not find these two defines, I replaced the identifier of the define with the value of the define. And I proposed a patch for that, which is, where are you? So this is the inventkd.org/qt/qt/qt5, which is the Git repo for the Qt5 that's maintained by the KD community. It has a special branch, which is kd/5.15. So from what I see, this Git repo is identical to the upstream Git repo from the Qt project. It just has added this Git branch. So this is a KD only thing. Okay. This branch is mostly maintained by Albert Alstal's seed. And if we go to the Git submodule for Qt Quick 3D, this guy, we go at this Git commit. And the repository is inventkd.org/qt/qt/qtquick3d. I've forked this Git repo, and I'm proposing to the correct branch, which is kd/5.15. I've proposed my branch, which has just one commit, which I just replace the ID of the define with the value of the define. So this is the value until 0, starting with a double quote till 0, and for the other define, this is the value. Okay, so I'm not regressing anything. This commit is not doesn't really look okay, because there already is a async code gltf2 asset.h header file which contains the define for these two symbols, but that's the only way I knew how to get over the build error with this git commit. Okay, so now if we go at Qt3D, I can see my commit. So git remote -v, there's my fork, and this is origin, and I'm on my branch, and I have just one commit in here where I replace the name of the define with the value of the define. Okay, but now I can't compile again using kdesrc-build Qt5, because this will stash my changes and try to use the correct branch, which is where are you? Which is this guy, remote origin 5.15. So in order for kdesrc-build to not git clone, git fetch, git reset hard, git stash, and whatever it does, I need to tell it no src. And then I want debug, because I want the most verbose output from the sub processes of kdesrc-build. So I want to see what make does, what make install does, what git does, what qmake does, what cmake does, etc. Okay. So I'm running this command. Qt quick 3D builds correctly, but then QtWebEngine fails to build, and I have documented the workaround for that is to define the Perl. So I become a super user. I say cd /usr/bin, and then I make a symlink from something that exists, which is Python 2, so /usr/bin/python 2, to something that does not exist, which is /usr/bin/python. That's the way, that's what I need to do in order to be able to build QtWebEngine. And then I issue the same kdesrc-build again command again. So kdesrc-build Qt5 --no src --debug, and it says it has built everything successfully. Okay. So now the next things to do are to make a backup of this precious directory. So this is the KDE directory. This is the directory where make installed has installed Qt. So there's mock in here, qdoc, qhelp generator, qml, qml-lint, all of the qml test runner, qml scene. Okay, so the directory seems okay. I really hope that the build of Qt5 was successful. So now let's make a backup. Okay, how do we do that? Qt50805. I need to be recursive. So let's look at the config file again. So everything is default except that I'm experimenting with building Qt into the same, to make install Qt in the same directory where I make install the rest of the Git modules built using kdesrc-build. I'm using debug instead of rel with debug info. I'm using the correct number of cores. I say invent instead of flat for directory layout. I put stop on failure false instead of true. And this doesn't do anything, so I left it in here. KF5 common options build include. I'm including Qt5, and I needed to include the rest of the world in order to do the first unsuccessful run, which then makes the second run be successful at building the module Qt5. Okay. Then I told it not to build everything, so not kdesrc minus build with 0 parameters, but with the parameter Qt5, which is the name of the module. Okay. So I'm not sure why it doesn't copy anything. Okay. So it's 50 gigabytes. Okay. Seems to have been copied everything. Now, what I need to do is to stop building Qt5 because it might undo my patching if I omit minus minus no src, and I don't want to put minus minus no src forever as long as I use kdesrc build. So the thing to do is, if Qt5 was built correctly, then I'm going to remove it from the list of known modules. So that's src, kdesrc-build, and let's look at Qt5 build include. So it says module set Qt5. I do not want this module set. Options for QtWebEngine, I do not want that. Qt3D, Qt Quick 3D, everything was already built, so I am just going to exclude this file from now on. I uncommented it. Now I can't build any KD repository because I need to rebuild all of the Qt, all of the repositories which only depend on Qt. Okay, so that's custom Qt5 libs build include. So says that all of these Git repos have a deb available for Kubuntu, but still I should not use those. So I do not want to mix the Qt. So I have Qt5 installed from debs, Qt6 installed from debs, and now I have a Qt5 built from Git using kdesrc-build. Because I have a special Qt, all of the kdesrc modules which depend on Qt need to be rebuilt. So libgpg error, gpgme, poplar, accounts, sign on, package kit, telepathy, Qt speech, xzing, etc., etc., etc. Okay. So I think that we could do is to exclude the KD modules, keep just the custom Qt modules, and build everything. So let's see how fantastic will this thing crash. Ctrl-Shift-D, kdesrc, build, and then everything, and then debug. Let's see what it does. So 18 modules to build, just the Qt Git repos, just the Git repos which depend on Qt. So not the Qt Git repos, but the repos that depend on Qt. So some modules seem to compile, some others not. Okay, I'm going to stop the build now because I do not need debug so much compiler output. Verbose should be enough for now. So it's building 18 modules. libjpg error fails to install, probably tries to install to /etc or /usr. We'll see about that. When modules fail to install because they want to go outside of tilde/kde, it depends on where that failure is. If it's at the start of the make install, a ton of things will not be installed into tilde/kd. If it's at just the last thing, then there's no problem. The rest of the modules will build correctly because make install for libjpg error maybe could copy all of the necessary files into tilde/kd. We'll see. Okay, Poplar is the engine for PDF viewers and editors. So it's the heart of Okular. This is another problem. It's this tries to install into slash instead of tilde/kd. The solution here is to define an environment variable for package key for I don't know. I'll say cancel. I don't want to install anything into /usr. Okay, so it seems to be the same. Everything seems to be the same. So Qt seems to exist in tilde/kd/usr. So it's installed into tilde/kd/usr. In here are the headers, the include files for C++, for base, cancel, Qt core. Okay. These are the include files. Then there's executables and other things such as plugins, Qt plugins in here. Okay, so I'm going to stop the thing. And the thing that we should do now is to make sure QtWebEngine was built correctly. So for that we will build Falcon, the web browser that uses QtWebEngine. We'll let libquotient try to build and install, and then we'll stop the build. Okay. So this should remain. It's mostly empty. Ctrl+C, Ctrl+O, Ctrl+V, Enter. So it doesn't really do anything. Just options for the module bluesy-qt. Okay. We do not want to build Qt again, so it should stay commented. But we do want to build the rest of the 3 modules which depend just on Qt, do not depend on KD frameworks. So we leave the line 75 uncommented, custom Qt libs build include, and we'll include KD everything. So this line 78, which is Qt5, Qt5 build include. Let's look at it. Ctrl+C, Ctrl+O, Ctrl+V. So it includes Qt5 common options build include this thing again. Then it includes the KD frameworks, the workspace, applications, PIM, extra gear. So almost 400 KD git repos. Okay. And now the next thing to do is to try to build the Internet Explorer, the web browser, which is called what? Falcon. Okay. So it needs to build 79 modules because it needs to build all of the KDE frameworks. So at the start of the video, I only had Qt5 built. Then I built 15 of the 18 Git repos that only depend on Qt. Now we're going to build 70 Git repos which are the KDE frameworks. So K-core add-ons, K-internationalization, etc. After that finishes, it's going to build a very small number of modules which are not part of frameworks, like 2 or 3, and then it's going to build the module that we told kdesrc-build to build, which is Falcon, the web browser. So again, I'm not sure if everything will work correctly because of 2 things. First, I'm not sure that this is a supported option for kdesrc build, so to build Qt and the rest of modules into the same directory. And then I didn't see the errors related to QtWebEngine having a different version from the rest of Qt, which I had last month when I built Qt5 again previously. So it's kdesr, cmake, where are you? This guy. Qt5. What's the version of Qt5? So the version is 5.15.5, which is a really recent version of Qt 5.15, the last branch of Qt 5, the LTS, the one that gets released to as open source with a bit of delay. Okay, so the problem was that the version of Qt is really small, and the version of QtWebEngine is really high, because we try to get QtWebEngine, the newest version, and the rest of Qt is the one from the 5.15 branch, open source. So let's go at the problems were with QtWebEngine and QtWebEngine widgets. Yeah, because QtWebEngine is 5.15.11. So if it says that, so if this cmake file says the QtWebEngine version and the QtWebEngine widgets version and the Qt version should be at least 5.15.11, then the compilation will fail because the version of Qt is not at least 5.15.11, but it's in fact 5.15.5. So last time I needed to patch some cmake files in order to allow an older version of Qt than the version of QtWebEngine. We'll see. Okay, so I'll pause a bit and be back. Okay, so we kdesrc-build has finished building the 79 modules. 3 failed, and let's see why Falcon failed. So it failed in the equivalent of /configure phase. Okay, so it says so in GNU Auto Tools there's 3 steps when you want to build software. There's /configure, then make install. So this is the first part, the equivalent of /configure. It's this command cmake -b dot, so build in this directory. The source is in another directory. It should create Unix makefiles, not Ninja things. Cmake build configuration debug, install prefix ~kd/usr. Okay, and now we arrive at those type of issues that I was talking about, where it tries to find QtWebEngine core, and QtWebEngine says that it needs the package Qt5 positioning, which is okay, but then it requires at least a version 5.15.11 instead of 5.15.5. So all of the QtWebEngine things should request Qt version 5.15.5, not the version of QtWebEngine. So let's look at that. So we're in ~kd/usr, which is the make install directory. Then there's usr-lib, then there's cmake, then Qt5 WebEngine core, Qt5 WebEngine core, and that thing, let's see, configure version F4. So it says package version 5.15.11. Okay, and then this guy. It requests Qt5 positioning. Okay, and that's module dependencies. So it says for each module dependency, it should use 5.15.11. Okay. So this thing is not used anywhere, but then .11 is used. Control F. QtWebEngine core module dependencies: Qt Quick, Qt GUI, Qt Web Channel, Qt QML, Qt Position, Qt Core. And it should find the version minimum .11 instead of .5. Okay, so this is the problem. Do we want to revert? Let's put the entire cmake directory under Git. Okay, so this should be 5, which is this version, 5.15.5. Control S. And probably the same way we'll need to patch other cmake files. So not Qt5 PDF. Okay, this guy. Qt5 Web Engine version could be .11, will not be a problem. The install prefixes, everything is okay. This is a problem. So in Qt5 Web Engine config, it says that all of the module dependencies should be 5.15.11. This is not a problem. Web Engine core, this is okay. This is okay, this is okay. 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 Okay. And this is another problem. So from what I see, there's 3 problems. So we already did this thing. And we still need to do this thing. Line 100. And widgets config this guy. Control V, line 100. So we fix this, and if some module does not build in the future, we'll also need to doctor these two files. Okay, let's look at Git. Require Qt5.15.5 commit. Okay. So now it was a ./configure error. So I could go no include dependencies and debug. So optional packages have been found. The configure step seems to look okay. This is building just the module Falcon, Git repo Falcon, nothing else. From what I remember, it builds super fast because it builds just a few forms and minimal code around the QtWebEngine, which is Chrome's rendering, Google Chrome's rendering engine and JavaScript engine. Okay, so now it says that that's built correctly. So it again in GNU AutoTools world, the steps are ./configure. That is cmake in here. Make, which is the same in kdesrc's world. So the second step is make, and third step is make install. That because we instruct cmake to generate make files, not ninja things. Okay, and so make install is successful. It made install in the correct directory, which is tilde/usr, and we now need to start Falcon and see that make sure everything works okay. So for that we need to use the prefix file. So Ctrl+Shift+T. CD kdesrc-build. What's that? Network. Falcon. Prefix file. Let's see how it looks like. So it says export to put tilde/kd/usr/bin at the start of the path, so prepend. Then we need the library path, which is commented, I don't know why. Then we need xdg data deals, yes, xdg config deals, Qt plugin path, Qt QML to import path, Qt quick controls style path. So we'll take this file and copy it to the root of kd, so tilde kd, and now I can edit it. So I'm editing this file. Okay. Only needed if you are building without rpath. I'm not sure that this command is correct. Okay, Control S, Control W. So now we can source the prefix and start Falcon. Which Falcon says that I have a Falcon installed on my machine using Ubuntu deb packages into /usr/bin/falcon. Ubuntu has unified /usr. Okay, so we have two Falcons, one built with kdesrc-build, one from the packages from my Ubuntu distribution, and /bin is a symlink to /usr/bin. Okay, now if I start Falcon, the first in path environment variable, so this from here will be started. Okay, so it says creating new profile directory and other debug messages. Okay, let's see if it works. No, it doesn't, because clicking on the address bar should select everything. Yeah, seems to work okay. Reducirte homepage. Okay, help. About Qt, so it's Qt5.15.5, correct? QtWebEngine 5.15.11, correct? Falcon.org. Apple WebKit, HTML, Chrome, Safari. Okay, so everything seems to work okay. QtWebKit, QtWebEngine has built correctly. We see it here, version 5.15.11. Ctrl-Shift-T. Looking at the files opened by the web browser by Falcon to see if it has loaded the files from the correct place. So /kd/usr Qt5 Windows System X11 plugin. So this is a KD framework 5 thing. So what's not Qt or KD is taken from the system, such as libnss. Okay. SQLite from the system, so from Kubuntu. NSS from Kubuntu. OpenSSL from Kubuntu. PCRE2 from Ubuntu. Qt from /kd/usr, correct. KD frameworks from /kd/usr, same. The same. Qt from /kd. Wayland NSS /usr. KD frameworks version 5. More. Qt, and this is from the wrong place. So bleep Qt5 wallet. And then plugins for Falcon, tilde/kd/usr, kd frameworks, usr tilde/kd/usr share mime, Qt image formats plugins, kd image formats plugins, qconman bearer connection manager. PAKs, resources and DevTools. SQLite, drivers. FF5 Vulkan DRM ELF from the system. Qt5 from tilde/kd. Translations from tilde/kd. So everything looks really okay. Okay, and the last thing to do is to make sure that the debugging works okay. So for that, let's build a simpler project. Okay, so 70 Git modules to build for KD frameworks, and then 9 which are not from there. We should automate this thing from kdesrc-build. So after kdesrc-build builds Qt and QtWebEngine was not ignored, then we should do 3 seds to replace the QtWebEngine version with the Qt version in these 3 files. Okay. Let's prepare the ID, Integrated Development Environment. We'll go for Qt Creator version 8, a stable release, bin Qt Creator sh. Okay. Falcon is too big. I'm not sure how well will it run in the debugger. We could try to open Falcon. Let's see. So src network Falcon. This guy, Ctrl-A, Ctrl-C. File. Open file or project. Ctrl-V. cmake lists. manage kits, remove, apply, OK. Import existing build, Control V. We need to replace src with build. Okay, so it created a new build configuration debug too. It ran cmake successfully. PySide 2 and Shiboken 2 were not found, so no Python plugins for the web browser. Falcon, not a problem. Let's configure and see. So debug to yes. And what should we start in here? Web view test. What does this thing do? It's a test, it's not the UI application. Let's start the entire Falcon. Okay. Let's go that. Okay. Stop. So it will run web view test. What is that? And select Falcon, so I need to click on it like this. Okay. Now back in here. It says run configuration Falcon, correct? It doesn't take it from ~kd/usr, but from the build directory. It's okay. Working directory, the build directory, and no parameters. It's okay. Let's see where this the entry point of this thing is defined. So this is the project view. There is also a file system view. We switch between file system view and project view as needed. So projects is for cmake targets and their children. So we go to cmake lists. There's let's see, executable. No, src main Falcon. This is the cmake target for Falcon. Source files main.cpp. Okay. We need to find the main function. So it's just two symbols defined, two functions defined inside of main.cpp, and we need to put a breakpoint in here. Okay. Now we just run in the debugger. Start debugging of startup project. Application started. So yes, let's put the breakpoint back. Okay, so the executable has started, process has started. It's a process Falcon. It has just one thread, the main thread. It's stopped at main function inside of main.cpp line 50. Just one breakpoint, and we use F10 to step over, F11 step into, Shift F11 to step out. So let's go F10 to step. Next, Qt style override main application. does main application do? So I can navigate by control clicking. So I control clicked on main application, which is a symbol which I guess it's defined in here in Falcon. So it takes me to kdesrc network Falcon src lib app main. Okay, I don't know why it's in here. So it entered a CPP file inside of Qt. Image format JPEG main.cpp. We'll go debug, continue F5. Let's close this file. So is the main application. Can we switch header source? Yes, we can. So main application constructor has a ton of members. And where is the browser? Desktop icon file. SQLite. Environment variables. Start without add-ons. Start with a given profile name. Portable style. New tab, new window. Full screen download manager, private browsing. So we can navigate into headers, H files from Qt. Where is this file located? Copy full path. So the H files from Qt takes them from the correct place, which is kd/usr/include. But what about the CPP of this thing? It doesn't know how to navigate it without a debugger. But using the debugger, you can step into CPP files from Qt. Without the debugger, no. Let's see if we can enter the CPP, the source code of a function from a CPP file from Qt. Let's go stop and start debugging. F5 to continue. F11 to step into. So now we're inside a CPP file that contains the source code from Qt. So kdesrc, Qt5, Qtbase, src, GUI, kernel, QGUI application.cpp. And then we can step into Qcore application, set quit lock enabled. So this is what I wanted to do. This was my objective, to, while inside of the debugger, to be able to step into, which is F11. CPP files from Qt, CPP files from Git repos, which only depend on Qt, and CPP files of modules from the Qt community. So this is it. Everything seems to work correctly. Thank you.